Coming up for 14 minutes to 7 on this Monday morning. Thanks for joining us here on Morning News today. Now, children in Cape Town who have overdue library books are getting a chance to return them without having to pay any fines. The city is holding an amnesty week for kids under 12 from the 1st to the 7th of June. The three most overdue books are David and Goliath and old favourite, The Three Little Pigs. Well, to tell us more, we're joined by Cape Town MMC for Community Services and Health. That's Zahid Badroodien. He's in our Cape Town studio this morning. Zahid, good morning. So a very, I suppose,
good morning.
An initiative that will bring some relief to many youngsters who are afraid, and their parents, I suppose, as well, have to pay these fines. So what led to this idea? How bad is the problem that you have to have an amnesty week in Cape Town?
Absolutely. Thanks for the question. So every year in about mid-March, we in the city of Cape Town, in conjunction or around about at the same time of South African Library Week, host what we call our Fine-Free Week. And it's an exciting time because it's an opportunity not only for kids but for general library users to be able to bring back their books. So this year we've managed to bring back about 20,000 books back into our library infrastructure, which is about 3.2 million rand of returned library books, DVDs, magazines, study materials and so on. So what we've learned from the first experience is that the majority of books, just under 8,000 of those books, are actually junior non-fiction items, which is essentially children's books. And so one of the ideas that we've had as the City of Cape Town to encourage our young patrons to bring back these books is to launch for the very first time a Children's Free Library Week, or Fine-Free Children's Library Week. So essentially this day, or the launch of the campaign, coincides with Children's Day as well, which is on the 1st of June. So for that entire week, we're encouraging our young patrons and their families to bring back these books. And so we're hoping to essentially, of the 70,000 library users in the age group under 12, we're hoping to return another 2,000 books to our library facilities across the city.
So it's not just about getting your books back, though, from what I'm reading here. It's actually about getting them to not be afraid to come back to the library because they are missing out on other things that are happening there.
Absolutely, and that's one of the lessons that we've actually learned during our Fine-Free Library Week in March, where we want to encourage a state where people are happy or comfortable to bring back these books to our facilities, unafraid and unhindered by any form of judgment or any form of uncomfortability, because essentially we're writing off fines. We want people to come back to our libraries, and what we're saying is, in our communities here in Cape Town, libraries are not just spaces where we take out books. Our libraries have DVDs, study materials, magazines, newspapers. They've got access to internet. So we are saying, come back, use these spaces as safe spaces, collaborative spaces, spaces where we're able to dream about what our futures can look like. And so we hope that with the lure of Fine-Free Week for children come back to our libraries, find their safe space, find their corner in our libraries across the city where they're able to dream about what their futures look like one day. But very importantly as well, it's not just about returning our library books to our facilities, because we must also be mindful of the fact that in our more impoverished communities where access to these kinds of facilities or materials, especially by way of study materials, aren't usually easy to come by, we need to be able to allow free access or easy access to this information. So that's part of why we're asking our users to bring back these children's books, which, as you've mentioned earlier, some of the names include The Three Little Pigs, but so too Alice in Wonderland, and many other books that we're hoping to bring back to our facilities that can help children, use our spaces as spaces for dreaming.
And how's this going to work now? Can they do an anonymous drop-off? Do they still have to go to the librarian and say, this is my book, I'm late, I'm sorry, or can they just drop it off in a box somewhere?
Yes, so all of those patrons are encouraged to go to a facility, and we're not saying walk into a library and go, this book is late. We're saying just drop it off where you slide your books into the hole, and you go back into the library, you go play chess, you find another book that you want to take out. So you don't have to declare that the book is late. You simply drop it off, and the fine will be written off because we're able to pick it up on the system that this book is late. So if there are any reservations in terms of not bringing back any books, I'd like to dispel those reservations. Come, bring those books back. We've got new books that we are filling our facilities with, and we want all of our residents in Cape Town to be able to use these books freely. But so too, when the books are lying at home, bring them back.
Okay, fantastic. So do it between the 1st and the 7th of June. If you're under 12, the library police will not be there to get you. But yes, it is in the lead up to Children's Day. Thank you very much, Zahid Badroodien from the city of Cape Town. And partner, this is something I think that should be done across the country.